Dark and delusional, dark and delusional, dark and delusional, dark and delusional. Alright, welcome to a dark and delusional shit clip. My name is Dr. Salt.
Dr. Salt, nice to meet you. I am Mazda.
Mazda, what do you do for a living, Mazda?
Oh, I just basically ponder about life throughout and just experience being a human being.
What do you think about life?
Uh, there's not much to think about, honestly.
That's pretty depressing, don't you think?
I mean, if you think about it, it's just like you're just making up some weird bullshit in your brain to justify a reality, and you're like, you know what? Why am I thinking about this?
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But let me propose an alternative to you.
What's the alternative?
Think about life and be happy about it.
Sounds very simple.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my kid a bottle. Salt had to be a dad for a second.
Nah, it's all good. Did you survive?
No,
like
demon kid, man. Fucking
Yeah.
claws my eyes. When I came home after being gone for 4 days, the first thing she did was like jump on my nuts when I was laying down,
Jeez.
all hungover. Was all hungover and shit. And I'm like, just like, and then she jumped on my stomach, and I'm like, ugh, and then she jumped on my nuts, and I was in pain, and I felt queasy.
Oh, that is the worst.
Oh yeah, she really knows how to fucking be mean to me.
Well,
And-
that's their kind of
And then
job.
I take her to freaking daycare, man. She's like a freaking angel. Listens to
Oh,
the
of
teacher,
course.
doesn't hit any other kids, always helping her peers. I take her home and she fucking spills a cup of apple juice on me. Like,
That's funny.
it is, I know. They don't stay young forever. You know? And so I tell myself, gotta enjoy it.
Hell yeah. Life.
Yeah. But like you said, if we don't think about it, it's fine.
Nah, it's just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm obviously not speaking to the reality of the situation, but
But
we
what
try.
is the reality of the situation, man? Like, what is that?
I
Maybe
don't know,
there
it's an
is no.
ever-changing.
What if there's no reality to the situation?
I mean, there is something.
What if we're all just inside a big computer and we're artificial intelligence that gained this much awareness and we just deleted our memory of it?
I still feel like there would be something.
Yeah, no, there'd still be something in that scenario.
Because
There's
it's like there's a lot of assumptions with that. Like you're just saying, okay, but what about the computers itself? Like the things that are like uh the silica and all the shit that's like the on the PCB. Like okay, if we are indeed a simulation, it's still kind of something. There's still like some magic to it. Awareness
Yeah,
is magic.
yeah, but I'm not saying simulation. I'm saying we're artificial intelligence that gain the power to create our own sim. We're like a simulation in a simulation.
Okay.
I don't actually believe that, but it's a fun thought experiment.
Whoop.
So what? How much time do you actually put into playing that cello? Is it cello or cello?
A cello. It's just like about an hour or two a day, a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit. So I really need to like learn all the techniques because can't I can't play like the song with all the nuances. It's all about the nuance.
Like the little things you do? Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yeah. Because everything that you do with your fingers on the string will be sounded. So any slip up, it's heard.
The guitar is more forgiving.
The guitar is a lot more forgiving. Yes, indeed.
I can still play Wagon Wheel, which is all I really need to know how to play.
Wagon wheel's good. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is alright. So, like, what what do you think is gonna happen in the next 6 months?
Yeah, you want to go first?
No, if you got an idea, lower it down. Lower it down.
No.
All right. Well, in the next 6 months, I think I think we will see the Gulf of Mexico renamed as the Gulf of America. And I think after Trump leaves office, it'll go back to being the Gulf of Mexico.
I do see, yeah. I can see there's just we're like a pendulum that's just swinging,
Oh, that's so
and
true. That's so true.
and I feel like the pendulum has just there's just more energy that's just is being whipped into it, and we're just gonna swing even more, and then
Oh yeah.
it'll swing back up and down, red and blue, whatever is going on.
Yeah, it's all that two-party philosophy. It goes back. It goes way beyond politics, though. Just
Yeah,
the
no.
just the there's so much psychology to support that just the division between red and blue
Hmm.
are like just ignite people to be separate from each other because people are either picking red or blue as a color. It's no coincidence that the Democratic and Republican parties are red and blue. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
yeah.
There's no
Oh,
coincidence why a Pepsi logo is red and blue. It's no coincidence as to why most major food brands have some variation of red or blue in their logos.
yeah. No, it's I mean, it's interesting that American politics also it kind of happens really differently in other countries, I would imagine. Because like in Pakistan, there's like multiple parties, but there's always like the main party and the opposition. It's always like it's
So you're
them.
saying there'll be like there's multiple parties, but whatever party is running, there's always an oppository party to that party.
Yeah, there's like a majority opposition that a lot of people rally behind.
Okay, is it democratic?
Uh, kind of democratic, but then
How
there's also like
how
the
can something be
military.
kind of democratic? Oh, you mean like the United States? Kind of democratic? No, but in
Yeah,
all serious, like how does that work? Like, do people vote in that country?
people do vote. I mean, the voting rights have kind of changed too, but there's been so like election fraud is like known to happen. So I don't know really how election happen. It's
So it sounds a lot like America, and I'm not being facetious
no,
here.
no. It's very much. But yeah, I don't know too much. I wouldn't really take the word for it. I just kind of glean off of what, my family talks about. But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize because I didn't really listen to people talk about the Super Bowl, but I didn't realize the Super Bowl was like really political.
Kind of. I mean, I'm sure they did political stuff. I was just so devastated with the Lions losing. I couldn't even watch the rest of the playoffs or the
Yeah,
Super Bowl. Because I hate to be that guy, but man, we were never, even if we beat the Commanders, we were never going to win the Super Bowl because I guess the Eagles really wanted it because they played really good in the Super Bowl. We would have never beat them,
yeah,
probably. We'll never know. But yeah, I'm butthurt about that, so I didn't pay attention to it. I always know there's a lot of like pop culture stuff that goes on around the Super Bowl. Like
yeah,
Kendrick, doing his thing. I'm sure he
yeah,
he probably went out there and dissed Drake or whoever, right?
yeah.
And then you had the
That's what
whole
I've
Taylor
heard.
Swift thing. I was reading a headline today that people were booing Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Did Trump actually go to the Super Bowl? I thought I was reading an article he was going to go to the Super Bowl.
I thought so too. I don't know.
Look that up. Anyway,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just funny to see. I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit on the outside perspective looking in, and then 'cause I don't even watch the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
he made history as the first sitting president to attend the Super Bowl.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So yeah, I mean it was political, man.
Yeah.
But also that's people using that for political things, right? I mean, it
Oh
was
yeah.
it was a football game at the same time. Pretty shitty game. If I mean, I
That's
checked the score at like halftime. It was like 40-6 or something ridiculous. I was like, holy crap.
damn 40-6. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was a blowout. Super Bowl was a blowout. Eagles beat the Chiefs.
Okay.
But since it wasn't the Lions playing, it didn't really matter. So, do you know the Super Bowl logo conspiracy?
No,
You probably don't, because you don't watch football, and that
no.
doesn't matter. But pretty much, like the logo of the Super Bowl year before it's a Super Bowl year, like has a certain design, and people guess what teams are gonna be in the Super Bowl based off the color and shit. Because I think
Okay,
the whole NFL is rigged. So,
interesting.
the Super Bowl for next year has colors that show that it's gonna be the Lions and the Ravens, supposedly, in the Super
Huh.
Bowl. Which would make sense because Ravens were runner up. The Ravens and Lions were both like Super Bowl contending teams that fell short for different reasons. The Ravens actually had a shot of going and winning the Super Bowl. I don't. They kind of just fell apart.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know. How could they predetermine the Super
They
Bowl?
don't. There's no way they do. I just can't believe that.
No, it's too
Those
large of a
players aren't going
conspiracy.
out there and they're not. It's not like a fixed match, you know. They're going out there and playing.
That'd be so demotivating. Nobody would want to be in like a football. They don't want to be a football player.
I think it's just a conspiracy they form to like as an excuse why their team doesn't win.
That
Right?
could be it. Yes.
Right. I mean, Lions fans for years were like, man, it's always the refs, and we do get a lot of we did get a lot of shitty calls, but shitty calls happen for all teams.
Yes.
It doesn't matter, and yeah, some groups of referees are better than other groups of referees, just like in any sport, right?
Pretty much. It kind of is a mixed bag, I would say.
Yeah, it
I
always
don't
is.
know.
It
It
always
depends
is.
on the mood of the ref, I'm sure. Sure, if like some of the players pick a fight, then they're gonna get called out more, I would imagine, or something. I don't know.
Well, they do get fined and shit if they do that.
Oh, okay.
Do you even have? You don't even drive a Mazda. What?
No.
What made you pick the name Mazda?
uh, it's an interesting character.
It is a good character. It has a good name. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you liked the car or whatever.
No, it's not the car.
Well, what's Mazda based off of?
I forget. He was a Sumerian god.
Really? So
Yeah.
he was like one of Gilgamesh's gods.
I forget how back it was. It was man, it's been a while since I.
This is it. I got it. Ahura Mazda,
Oh yeah, Zoroastrian.
also known as Horamazes, is the creator deity and god of the sky. And it wasn't Sumerian, it was Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrian, yes. In Persia.
Yes, yes. The literal meaning of the word means Lord of Wisdom. Mazda being wisdom. So you are wisdom today.
Mazda, yeah. Is that actually in shouldn't be too revealing, but like my language, Mazda, I think it means like wise or wisdom.
What is your language?
Uh,
Is it Arabic? No. Is it?
no, it's Urdu.
Or Urdu? Urdu? Am
Yeah.
I saying that right? What is it?
It's like it's a the mixed language between Arabic, Hindi, and a little bit of Persian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta give them props. We're just gonna teach our children a little bit of each language here, and
Yeah, just like
they'll,
posh it.
make their own language one day. You'll see.
So it's kind of weird. It's mostly I can it's mostly Hindi, so like I could really understand uh a lot of Indian people too.
Namaste.
But but they'll have different words for greetings. So like namaste or that we don't take.
Oh, so that's like a big no-no. Like I could say
Yeah.
namaste in your language, and you're like, "Whoa, man, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
no.
no." That crossed the line, even though most of our language is Hindi.
Yep. Yep. That's funny. And it would be the same way. It would be the same way for me to be like "Assalamu alaikum" to them, because that's how in Pakistan people would greet each other. But that's like a very Muslim thing.
Right. And most Hindis do not like most. At least that's what religion class
No,
taught me. I've
Yeah.
never been there. I do not know that for myself.
Yep, and I just know that from experience, but I don't know anything about it. My grandma was so racist towards Hindus.
Oh my god.
She would tell me stories about how like Indian people would like eat their own shit and just like
What?
um yeah. I'm like, what are you? And she's like, yeah, they would also be like taking like milk from their cows and just drain it down the river and just leave it to waste and all this stuff. I'm like, okay.
How long? Like, I mean, how old were you when she started telling you
Oh,
of these things?
when I was like 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh, okay. But then
Jeez.
you know what killed her is that I used to had a crush on an Indian neighbor when I was like 5 or 6. So,
Oh,
and
and
I
she
think,
saw you. She saw you with the Indian neighbor, and she was like,
yep,
"Nah, not in
yep,
my house."
yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So, anyone listening to this, if anyone ever listens to this, racism happens all over the world, and it's happened all over the world since like the dawn of time, and it
Oh,
sucks.
yes. And I guess people of color could be even more racist than white people. But then we always just say like, oh, white people are all racist and they're the reason why.
Yeah, well, true. I mean, like, look, I know like Japanese and Chinese people, like historic wise, like had that same type of racial tension, you know,
Yeah.
for some weird reason. I mean, it never made sense to me. I mean, but
No.
I don't know, man. Maybe it just comes from people have a tribe mentality. They're like, my tribe, you're in that tribe. I don't like people from your tribe.
Oh, I 100% agree.
I mean, it's got to be like that, right? It's just so it's like so rooted. It's like human nature to be racist. Like if it's that widespread, would it not be? Like I don't. That's crazy to me. Crazy. It's like genetic programming. I don't know,
Yes, it
man.
is.
You're like genetically, you just hate people before you can fucking eat food for yourself. You're like, I
I
hate them.
guess I don't know. It's sort of like also with packs of wolves and monkeys. I guess I don't know if you compare us to animals, but we're not animals.
No, but we do act like animals.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
yes.
that's so true. We definitely are a step above animals. People say what you want, but after I have a kid, I realize that my dog's not as important to me because there's obviously a little bit of a difference between a human child and a puppy.
Yes.
And
Yeah, oh yeah.
maybe you don't really realize that unless you have kids of your own, or maybe you're just not dumb like me and knew that from the start. But there is a difference. I'm not saying don't love your animals. I'm just saying that I agree
There's a
with you.
lot more. There's a lot more to humans than a puppy or an animal for sure. And it's kind of interesting with this planet that we're
Yeah,
the only species, I guess, as far as we know. I don't know.
we're the only like you know what you're talking about like the only species on this planet that's on like our level of consciousness and intelligence. Is
Yeah,
that what you mean?
yeah, because I think what the bar was like, oh, we bury our dead. That's like an advanced sign of intelligence. But I forget there was another animal that buries their dead too. Like,
Is there another animal that buries
or
their
not
dead?
not buries their dead ants. There's like fire ants that will they don't bury their. It's not like a burial. They just kind of take their dead worker ants and pile them. But
Well,
no, I don't.
I still think animals have souls. I
I
think
do too.
I
Yeah.
think animals have souls, and they're just not human souls. Like we do different things when we die. I think.
And I think it's like from the same source as what we come from because like I don't know, biology is very interesting. It's whatever fucking weird shit that spawns from matter, like physical matter, can
Well,
create
really, the
this body.
notion that life came from matter in any sort of way doesn't make sense.
Yes, yes, it doesn't make sense.
Well, you could explain this, like, yeah, and like scientifically, they break it down, like, oh, pretty much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding of it is that a comet landed on Earth that just happened to have like a living cell on it, and it just multiplied over billions and billions of years until like life happened. That is
I mean,
my understanding of like how how it
there's
is
so many
explained.
theories. There's so
There are,
many theories.
is there a better theory out there than that?
I mean, the stuff that they told back in my high school and college is probably outdated because there was, that one experiment where they put like the basic elements like nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, and whatnot, and it was able to spontaneously make amino acids, which is like the building blocks.
All right, and from amino acids come the cells,
Like,
like living
yeah,
cells.
it could self assemble and make other complex things. Like that would be the basic
But
building block.
right, I get how the building blocks could be there, but what like motivated the building blocks to build?
Does it need motivation or does it just like fall down to it? Like,
That's pretty
I don't
chaotic for that to happen on a, you know what I mean? That's crazy. The odds
well
of that
see
happening should be
that is
astronomically low.
that is it. Yeah, that's also interesting that you say like chaotic. Life is also a chaotic process. Like we kind of like take advantage of an energy and just dissipate it even more chaotically in the end.
Well, we kind of do. As long as we consume, that will be how we
Yes, as
roll through
long as we
life.
consume, yes.
I think that's the most like, I always am like, I've thought a lot about that, about like how much we consume and how like you can't really be free at all because you're always taking from something. No matter what, you're always taking to live. And
Yeah,
even if you just eat plants, you're still killing plants to live. I mean, and
yeah,
if you think animals have souls and plants don't, that's kind of crazy. We kill. We kill things to live. That is just the
yes.
truth. We do. We kill to live over and over again. I guess we don't kill water, but that's a different can of worms there, I guess. Water is a very special substance, right?
Water is
Like, water,
very special.
like, the things water can do is, like, amazing. Like, all around.
Like the fact that water can freeze and float is is the reason why. Like that little property is like gives us a perfect situation for the ocean to have fish and to have life. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. I know that it's like if you speak to this to someone who's like Christian, they're like, yeah, these are facts of God. It's like it isn't necessarily as facts of your God. It's like it's an interesting fact. It's enough for me to say I'm not an atheist, but not enough for me to say I'm a theist, you know?
I think the coolest thing about water, it's just, it's crazy that, like, everything, there's not a single thing on Earth that doesn't need it to live. I'm sure maybe a microbe or something, but anything bigger than that needs water, from what I understand, right?
Yes. Yeah. As far as we know, yeah. There's things like that needed water at some point to live.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you got that weird, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about. It's, the bear bug, the little bear bug thing that can, like, live in crazy ass conditions.
Hmm. Yeah, not the Tetragard.
Yeah, yeah, I know those things can go. I don't know. That's a crazy organism there.
Yeah, but life will do whatever it takes.
Yeah, it really will. And that's why, I don't know, man. I think it's really strange. I mean, we have all these planets out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the universe. And we have confirmed that there's water on other planets, but, you know, that there's other conditions that make life not suitable, you know?
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that we haven't seen, like, a tree on some other planet. You know, like, anything at all. Like, any sort of vegetation.
No, I think yeah, like we should come across something at least. Because I
Right.
feel like
I mean, we're taking pretty crazy. How they, like, that radioscopy shit that they use to determine, like, what gases, like, planets are made off of shit.
yeah,
Pretty amazing shit.
yeah. No,
And
it's a
and
lot.
every day we're getting new and new pictures of planets that are farther away than we'd even reach in 1,000 lifetimes at the current technology.
Yes.
But we haven't seen a tree on any of them.
Well, also the other issue is like the shit that the farther we look into the
The
like
more
we're
the
looking into the past.
Yeah,
So
that's a trippy concept.
yeah, so like we can't see what's going on. Like they could be advanced for all we know, but we can't see it.
Right? Yeah. Then that is so. It is. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that light we're seeing is like millions of years old from other planets
Yeah,
and stars. And I mean, I know planets don't make light, but other stars millions
but
of
I mean,
years
like,
old.
but at least like the planets that are close around us, at least like what 4 light years or even 10 light years away or whatever. Like, yeah, there's still no planet. Like, there's no actual sign of life because there should be like if there is life, there should be like a big giant change in their atmosphere or something. You know?
Yeah, even if it's a change we don't understand, it should be something weird, right? I don't know. I just feel
Yeah,
like
actually, I don't know. I don't know if they like.
maybe this is it. Maybe there are no aliens. This is all there is this planet,
Yeah,
and there's no
there
life
could
outside of it.
there could be aliens, but it doesn't even matter because they're like so far away. It like doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, and if you're going that far, like it's more like you're doing time travel than you are spacefaring.
Yeah.
By the time you get to, I don't know. I definitely think we do have the technology, and we probably will have good technology to actually like suspend someone in animation and send them on a like kind of like Star Trek style all
Yeah.
across. I think that'll happen one day.
I think that could be possible, but that would be only like a lone few, right?
Yeah, and then
And we,
what kind of life are those people gonna have when on the other side?
yeah, what's the benefit? They'll be like, oh, they're nothing or something,
Just like, and then
and
does
just
it?
die.
And it takes longer for communications to work over that distance too. I imagine.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Nope. We're never going to space, people. No, I
No.
mean we're never leaving this solar system. I don't think so. And honestly, I mean we should focus on fixing our own planet before we go anywhere else. We'll have to
No, it
leave
feels like
one day though. I mean in theory the sun should blow up one day. We'll have to leave, right?
pretty much, yeah. I mean,
I'm
if we want to leave, I don't know. I just accept our fate.
I'm on that boat too. That'd be pretty intense. I don't know. If my kid was involved, I might have to not do that, but
I don't know.
it's not like everyone will have an option to do that either.
Well, like, what can you do if all of this, like, the whole planet is going to be incinerated?
I guess you would
I mean,
have had to have been good prepared and started moving people a long time before that happened.
oh yeah, you're already fucked. As like the sun exploding, there's like the aftermath that happens. Like, there's no possible way to live. Like, you would have to
No,
be in a different solar system.
yeah, no, because it shoots a bunch of radiated particles or whatever.
Yeah.
Fries everything. Plus, you need sun. So how would that
Ooh,
happen? Would the planets like blow away from the sun, and then the sun would collapse into a black hole, right? Or
I
how
it
does?
depends.
Okay, there are different conditions for that shit.
Yeah, I think it depends on like how the sun explodes. If it does explode, does it like it probably like it starts to expand. There's going to be like a bunch of it's a slow ass process, I think. Ooh, there's actually a game on Steam called Universe Simulator.
Universe simulator?
Oh my God, I spent so much hours on it.
Oh no, is this what taught you everything you know? Does it
Uh,
does it have like like accurate information? Like
as accurate as it can be. Yeah.
no shit.
Um,
I might look it up.
it's like you can have the whole solar system shown live and then be like, okay, what happens when you just increase the mass of the sun twice instantaneously, and then you just see the planet starts to get slowly dragged in.
That seems like it'd be a fun thing to stream sometime. Just do random shit. Is it called Universe Sandbox or Universe Simulator?
Yes,
Sandbox?
Universe Inbox. Yep. Let's see how much is it.
It's $30.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's cool. You'll have to stream it for me sometime.
Shoot. Why do I
It
not?
looks so complicated. Holy shit.
It's really nice though.
It looks like you can do a lot. Looks like you can do a lot. It's very positive. Reviews. Released 2015. It's probably got updated since. Oh, dude, this has a VR application to it.
Yeah.
Have you ever messed around with that? The
No,
VR?
I haven't.
I
I
don't like
haven't.
I don't like it. Shit
I don't blame you.
it gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety. No, it does. That shit fucking fucks with my head. Putting that shit on.
It's only 3 GB.
The universe simulator?
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
I'm fucking surprised you could simulate a universe.
Anything else you want to talk about, Mazda?
No.
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 Nah, not at all. What a complete waste of time. Alright, well then, we're gonna end it. I'm done with it. This is a shit clip. We
The
put
shit clip number 1.
no effort into this. And I'll probably put very minimum effort into editing it. I might edit out my kid, but besides that, I ain't gonna do anything else.
Alright, I got Lords of the Fallen.
Alright, well, you're a fucking madman. Alright, catch us next time. Don't like, don't subscribe, we don't care.